Hey guys, it's Bob, that Scottish drummer, and over the years I've had a few different keyboards and they've only really gotten the job done. But recently I've found a keyboard that I think is really cool and I'm excited about using, so in this video I'm going to share that with you. And the keyboard we're going to talk about is the Logitech mxkeys for Mac. Now previously I'd been using the Apple Magic Keyboard 2, which I'd upgraded from the original Apple Magic Keyboard way back at the start of college in 2012. I decided before I sold the Magic Keyboard that it would be really cool to do a sort of comparison video and show you ultimately why I'm ditching it. I had been using the Magic Keyboard with both the iPad and the Mac, especially more so now with the iPad now supporting external trackpad and mice. But the problem was switching between the Mac and the iPad. It was just such a pain. It wouldn't properly work. I had to really disconnect first of all from the Mac and then go in and reconnect in the iPad, but it wouldn't even just reconnect, I had to repair, and it was just such a pain and it was driving me crazy. So some companies have started making multi-device keyboards and trackpads and mice to solve this issue. I'm really surprised that Apple don't offer a multi-device keyboard themselves, but I guess maybe what they're wanting you to do is go and buy that $350 keyboard case that they make and buy another keyboard for your Mac. I don't know, but anyway, I wanted to have a two-in-one solution that I could use for both, just basically sitting at my desk. So first of all, for really cheap, only £10, I picked up this Logitech K380, just really to try it out and see if I liked it. And I really liked the multi-device support, how quickly you could jump between an iPad and the Mac. The two things I didn't really like about this keyboard was that the keys didn't feel great and the keys were split in half, so you had Windows on one side and Mac on the other side of the same key. So it looked pretty messy. So enter the mxkeys for Mac. So the mxkeys has a whole host of features. Firstly, it supports up to 3 devices, and actually more, but we'll get to that in a minute. It has backlit keys and it charges over USB-C. And these are all features that Apple's Magic Keyboard 2 does not have. Now with the Mac version of the mxkeys, it comes in that Apple Space Gray color, which you actually have to pay more to buy Apple's one in that color. I figured by now Apple would have had a wireless version of their touch bar on a keyboard, which would be pretty cool, especially if they could implement the fingerprint reader. But they don't, so for these reasons I went with the Logitech mxkeys for Mac. It comes in at £100 here in the UK, which is a bit on the higher end of the keyboards, but it does pack a punch for that price. Now I'm not much of a typist, I never have been, but I'm trying to improve my touch typing, and I do find that the little indents on the keys actually help my fingers fall into place a little bit easier. Also the key travel is quite nice and satisfying, and I really do like the backlighting on this keyboard. It's especially cool when you bring your hands close to it and the proximity sensor then lights up the keys. Logitech claim 10 days battery life with the backlight turned on, but I'm actually getting way more than this. I haven't actually counted, but it's a lot more than 10 days. And they claim up to 5 months with the backlight turned off, which I haven't had a chance to test out because I do like to keep the backlight turned on. For me personally, the USB-C is a lot easier to charge than having to find a lightning cable, and I've had no connection issues with this whatsoever. Switching between devices is really quick and reliable, and I really like the way that this keyboard looks on my desk. So like I said earlier in this video, I did think I was going to be able to connect more than 3 devices, and I tested out my theory and it does work. It's pretty simple, but really practical in use. Quick side note, you do need the Logitech unifying receiver, a little USB dongle, which doesn't come with the mxkeys for Mac. It does come with the regular mxkeys, but I also have the MX Master 3 mouse, which did come with the unifying receiver. So with that little receiver, you can connect up to 6 devices directly to that. So what I've done is I've got both my mouse and keyboard connecting to that receiver, which is plugged into the back of my monitor, the Apple Thunderbolt display. So any computer I connect to my monitor also connects to the keyboard and mouse. So pairing button 1 is set up to connect to the monitor, but I have pairing button 2 set up to connect via Bluetooth to my iPad. I have both the mxkeys and the MX Master 3 set up the same way. So switching between these, between my Mac and my iPad is really quick and seamless, which is exactly what I was looking for. A quick side note on using the mouse with the iPad, it's not fully baked in to the iPad yet to work with the mouse. It works with the trackpad fine, but you have to turn on assistive touch to use the mouse. So that's way in the settings menu, but as a workaround to this, I've made a shortcut and I now have that on my homepage through the widgets. so I can just tap that on and off as I connect the mouse. And that's just to stop that annoying little square with all the options staying on the screen for the whole time. Logitech have a free software that's available for download from their website, which means you can customize some of the function keys on the keyboard. I like to leave all the function keys along the top the same. I don't move them. I like to have them as the Mac standard function keys. But I do like the extra buttons you get along the top right above the number pad. By default, I like the calculator and the screenshot buttons. I've remapped the third one along to show my desktop, which I find more useful, and left the fourth one as the lock the computer. If you do have the MX Master 3 or you're thinking about getting it, the keyboard can actually add extra functionality to the mouse. So by holding the function key, you can map buttons on the mouse and gestures as well with the mouse to do extra things. Again, this is mappable through the Logitech Options software, so if you have both, they work in tandem really well together. The two defaults I've found most useful are function and the thumb scroll wheel to change the volume up and down, that's really cool, and the function and the middle button to pull up the Logitech Options software. Another cool feature to mention, especially for the subscribers of this channel, is that you can save presets for certain applications. So you can map actions to the function keys and save that as a preset for, say, Logic Pro or Final Cut. I personally haven't found any need for this, but I'm sure for some people this would be a great feature. So in conclusion, I think if you don't want a mechanical keyboard and you have a Mac, then this is the best keyboard you can buy right now. It's really cool that Logitech have released a Mac specific version, so you don't have the keys cut in half showing both Mac and Windows, and you've got the color scheme to match that Apple Space Gray. I like the added options that the software adds for extra functionality, and I think I'm going to be happy with this keyboard for a long time. So let me know down below, guys, if you want to see a comparison video of the Apple Magic Trackpad 2 and the Logitech MX Master 3 mouse, and I can add that into my video schedule. So thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.